And it's very interesting that you said that when you started getting into this industry, into the wine industry, you already started writing about it, which is, I think, a great idea, and it's a great way to learn about something when you are focusing on producing like a piece, writing about it. Then it deepens your interest and it helps you learn. I think I'm not sure. Austin Kleon wrote the book. He had multiple books on this idea, but it was, I think, the Still Like an Artist book, where he explains the idea of when you want to learn about something, you just have to write about it and talk about it and try to teach it. And that is the best way to.
That you hit it right on the head. Writing clarifies the mind and empties out the mind. I focus on YouTube because I'm not the best writer in the world, nor do I want to put the time into being the best writer in the world. I feel like I can make the best wine videos in the world, so that's what I'm focused on. But for anybody starting out in the business, a lot of people start getting on TikTok, social media, because it's easier. The barrier of entry is easier. Unfortunately, the wine business, it's a pretty archaic business. So if you really want to get your foot in the door, writing is actually the most credible way, especially if you write well, because there are more opportunities for being taken seriously in the writing world. But then again, you got to find your own platform and who to write for. That's a different story altogether.
Exactly. But I think it also depends on the reach of the communication, and I think it is changing already. They are taking more seriously the video creators. And I think now we are at the tipping point that video content, even in the wine industry, is going to be more prominent.
Well,
writing.
I do disagree. I have to disagree with you on that. To be honest, even though I focus strictly on video, because most of the time I am on press trips, on press tours with writers, some of the more famous writers, critics around the world, they still get first choice, the bulk of the attention. Wine business is quite slow to adapt to change. Video creators, Instagrammers are not taken as seriously. It's different for me because I've been doing it for so long, and now my channel is starting to get quite a bit of traction. So a lot of the journalists, a lot of writers, a lot of people in the business knew who I was already from my writing. And then now they see that video is taking over. And I agree with you. Video is the future. You know, I think, I don't know the actual statistic, but I think it was around 80 or 85% of internet traffic over this last year was downloaded or streaming video. So it is the future. Just unfortunately, the wine business is a little bit slow to adapt.
I see, you're right. But do you think that this not taking that seriously as the OG wine journalist, does this idea come from the professionals side, from the wineries and the wine industry, or even from the customer side? Because what I was referring to was more on the customer side, that customers are consuming more of these content.
I agree. The general consumer is. However, for wine is such a segmented industry, because most of the world, as you know, most of the wine around the world is sold really cheap, inexpensive bulk wine. When it comes to fine wine, first of all, you're right. In the industry, writers are taken a little bit more seriously than multimedia content creators. I do think that still in the fine wine segment, with the wines, the type of wines you and I are going to get passionate about, that is still taken a little bit more seriously by consumers. Take writing a little more seriously, especially in more prestigious magazines. However, they're a little bit more dubious now of writing, because the consumer is smart in this bracket. Usually they have a little bit more money, so they're kind of curious about what's going on behind the scenes. I do think there's space for a person in video and content creation to really become powerful, but unfortunately not a lot of people do it very well. So that's why in my segment, for instance, there's only a handful of YouTubers that are taken really seriously. I mean, there's only probably, I'm saying 3 to 4, maybe 5 in English that are taken seriously.
Thanks for watching this video. You can watch the full podcast episode by clicking here, or watch another interesting video by clicking here. Let's continue the discussion in the comment section, and see you in the next one.